Hello, everyone. My name is Ugo Alessandra, your storyteller. Okay. So today again, I'm here to share a beautiful story that I genuinely feel will impact the life of women. This podcast, for a reason I purposely named it "My Grandmother's Voice." So my grandmother's voice, because I lived with my grandmother for a period of time before she passed, and then is a woman, a very strong woman that I love, love, love so much. Years ago, I went to a family. Somebody took me to a particular family, and this family, they seem to be very united, first of all, and they are all doing well. Like the males, they have almost 6 males in this family. They're all doing so well. Rich, when I mean finance, unity, love, like they have it all. And the person that took me to this family, we went from this person's house to the other person's house, the other person's house, and they all seems to come from the same mother. And when we left finally, I think we went to just three of the siblings. They don't live in the same place. They're all married, they have children. And then when we came out, the person that took me said, I was busy admiring, how amazing and how for me, like the picture of perfect is this family. And he said to me, the wealth in this family, because some of these people are billionaires. So when I say rich, I'm not talking about small money. And he said to me, the wealth in this family actually was, like one of the wives brought the wealth in this family. And I'm like, how? What do you mean by that? And then he said, you remember the first one we went to the house? That's the first one. I said, yeah. He said the wife is the genesis of the wealth in this family. I'm like, okay, so please can you explain further? And then he said that they married her. She was rich when she came into the family, and then when she arrived, she was generous enough to, like, the brothers are very intelligent and they are humble, so she was able to help them. She set them up in different businesses, and they all did well. Did so well. They didn't disappoint. They did so well, and that's like how they all created wealth. And even some of them ended up creating the type of wealth that her husband and herself didn't have, right? But they're all okay, So I'm like, wow. So, but the story is this: years later, her husband. So she didn't give birth to any child. They adopted 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. And then as time goes on, I think the husband, typical men sometimes, he went out and then he got himself into another relationship with another woman, and then got the lady pregnant. So this lady apparently is from their village. Because when a man will tell you, oh, I'm traveling to the village to go and see mama, or I'm traveling to the village to go and do what you want. The wife didn't know he was traveling to go and see one side chick. So he got her pregnant, and then he gave birth to the big boy. So as time goes on, because I'm not going to go into details, but he died. On the burial day, the family, they are aware that he made that mistake. I think he caused 1 or 2 issues. They were able to settle it. They didn't bring her to the family. They didn't say, let's marry her and all of that. The woman is still in charge. And I'm happy for this woman, because the family, the other, like this, the husband's siblings, they all seems to be loyal. Because when they found out that he has impregnated somebody else, they said to him, listen, you're not bringing her to this family. Like, not after what this lady has done for us here. So she's not coming. So the man agreed, like, we're not going to bring her. So let that case be like that. And then, years down the line, when he died, they didn't want the boy to come for the father's burial. And then, for whatever reason, the man's corpse refused to enter. The car that brought him, stopped working. And then, traditionalists that were there, they all kept saying things that the man wants his son to step into his compound before they bury him. He wants him to be there by his side and all of that. And then, even though the family were fuming, they didn't want the boy to come or the mother to even come close, they had to allow them to come in, And in this story, as a woman, right, as a married woman, the moment you hear this story, the first thing you feel like is betrayal. Oh my God, he has betrayed me. After all that I did for them, after all that I did for him, and look at what he ended up doing to me. And it brings me back to my grandmother's story to me too, because my grandmother loves to tell story. Those days she used to say to me that a woman right? Like before then, if they want to marry, like olden days, right? Before they marry a woman, they will go and ask questions. There are questions like, is she going to give birth? Um, is she a peacemaker? How is her aura? Like, is she going to bring bad luck to the family? And all these different type of questions that they will go and investigate spiritually to know if the lady is fit to be a family member. They did those things those days, right? Like now, I don't think we still do those things, So, and then my grandmother would say to me that every woman has something they've come to do in their husband's place, right? There are some women that naturally they are, peacemakers. They have peace inside of them. So sometimes the universe sends them to a family that is going through chaotic, they have so many issues. And then the moment the lady steps in, the thing is already in her. She doesn't. You don't have to learn it or get someone to teach. It's just there. Your job is to figure out the reason why you are there. The reason why of all the families in the world, this particular family is a place where God, sent you to, and then you will now say, okay, since I'm peaceful, since I, during those days in school or wherever, you used to be somebody that people will call and they will ask you to make peace, among your friends or among your family and all of that. And then you bring that same skill into that family and you just find a way to unite them together. And then that probably is the only reason why you're married in that house. There are other times when you are the one that carries the wealth. The moment you step into the family, everybody start doing well. You could actually come with your own wealth and then distribute it just like this woman, right? And people start being successful in the family just because of your presence. The children aspect of it, male, female, because sometimes we talk about male kids as if they are the end thing. The truth is there are other times when a family is seeking for female children, like all their lineage is male, and then they want just a baby girl to make them smile, right? To make them feel complete. So the moment a woman gets married, I feel like there's a job for you to do. But we live in this day and age where we're no longer interested. Like everybody's like, I don't want to do this because what if he does this? What if he breaks my heart? What if he disappoints me? What if he marries another wife? Like there's just so much what ifs that it has restricted us from living our true potential. Trust me. We know the story of Christ, right? Come on. Do you think we deserve him coming to die for us? We don't. We really do not. We didn't deserve him coming to suffer. He was an angel. He was in heaven. He was having fun. He was fine. But he said, I'm coming. I'm not saying go and die in your husband's house. I'm not saying because so that you don't come and say, oh, what do you mean by that? I'm just saying that if you are choosing to be in a family and then you are asked to do something, please try and figure it out and start doing whatever you have been sent to do. Everybody is not going to agree with you. That family might not necessarily even treat you right. They might not necessarily even do all the things that you want them to do. They might not even recognize you at the time. But you could be the prayer that their ancestors have been praying for years. In fact, before you even arrived on earth, you were choosing. You were choosing to just come and bring wealth or peace or a male child or a female child or just so many things. I know a lady that, for me, I used to tell her, like, what you are here to do in your husband's house is to stop them from being mischievous. Like, this family just enjoys taking people's land. They just enjoy taking what does not belong to them. And then this lady is somebody who will never, like anytime you mention to take something that belongs to somebody else, she takes it upon herself. She's going to fight that war to the end, right? And then I said to her, you see the irony of life? You are here for a reason. Your job is to tell them to their face, like, this is wrong. Don't do it. They will not agree at first. They're going to call you, what does she think she is? Look and but then you have to consistently do your job. That's your job. Because by the time you are done from here and then you leave this earth and transition, maybe somebody there will be saying to you, I hope you're able to bring, decency in that family because that's why I sent you there. So as women, let's stop focusing on, if I give him 10 naira, is he going to use 5 naira from this money to go and chase another woman outside? What if I do this and then they will betray me? Who cares? Who cares if they betray me? If they betray me, it's none of my problem. My job is what I've done. Then karma is real. Like we all know that karma is real. If you don't believe in karma, let me explain karma to you. Any day you kneel down and say to God, that person have done me wrong, I want you to go and visit them, right? That is you asking for karma, because whatever you do, it comes back to you. This is how life is. If you throw ball, at the wall, the ball is going to bounce back to you. So is law. Is law. That's just how it is. So do your own thing, and everybody who comes to make you feel small, or that whatever you are doing is irrelevant, it's okay. Just look at them and know that they are not relevant, really. Because for me, since I got married, I think when I look at my husband's family or my own husband, I'm always saying to God, what am I here for? What am I here to do? Just tell me what is it that you want me to bring to this family, because I don't think I'm just here to be a wife and give birth to children, and so I want to know exactly what my job is, so I will start working on it, because I want, by 10 years into this family, I should be able to say this is what I achieved here. So some people are also here to enjoy. Like, so there are some women I know, they marry rich men, they take them to the house, their job is just to enjoy. If that's your own case, please do so. Enjoy the money and enjoy, but then everybody is not here to have it easy. Some people have it very difficult. It's going to be a very difficult life. And the moment you understand that we're all not the same, and that we're all, before you came, you kind of just signed a document telling God, this is what I'm going to do. And, because it does not match with your friend's own, then you're like, oh God, why me? Oh God, why do you hate me so much? Oh, you're sleeping in prayer house all the time, asking God, change my husband, change this person. No, there's nobody to change. It's you who is probably going to bring the change. And then the earlier you start doing it, the better for you. That way you're able to bring peace, because for every single time one is able to fulfill a destiny, there's a reward for it. And this reward could be your children being successful. Bringing peace into that family might be the reason why your son or your daughter is going to be the president of this country. You don't know. And then if you run away just because there's a family member in that your in-laws place that does not agree with you, you know what is going to happen? You're probably not going to fulfill your destiny again. So for me, I feel like we have to all relax. Like, just relax. Relax. It's not that serious. Trust me. And if we're able to do that, we're going to have beautiful marriages, beautiful home, and life will be better. So thank you so much again, and then I'm going to see you next time.